invisible.
Hi, my name is Kaisenhauer, and welcome to my How to Hack video series. This is 5 tips for using invisibility to look at girls. Wait, no, that's not it. 5 tips for using invisibility in... This is part 2 in a How to Hack video series. Part 1 was on teleport, and if you haven't watched that, there's a link in the description and probably somewhere on screen. In the video today, we're analysing specific clips in the hopes you can learn from them. Special thanks goes out to this guy for the hack suggestion in last week's comments. I'm not going to try and say your name. If you want me to give you specific tips on another hack in HYPER SCAPE, let me know down in the comments below. And last but not least, don't forget this is a series, so like and subscribe, it really helps the channel grow, and turn that notification bell on so you do not miss another upload. Don't forget I stream every day over on Twitch, where you can watch me catch dubs live and answer all of the questions you have. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about why you should use Invis. Last video, we talked about how in HYPER SCAPE, movement is everything. And whilst I think it's imperative to have a movement ability, having a utility hack is equally important. A utility like Invis gives you a chance to just out of a situation. If you don't want to fight somewhere, you don't have to. If you don't want to fight someone, you don't have to. And if you don't want to be where you are, you can use Invis to get you somewhere else. It's similar to Wraith's Phase ability in Apex Legends, and it's strong for exactly the same reasons. Being able to say I don't want to take damage will quite literally save your life. And whilst obviously you can still take damage when invisible, I think we can both agree it's kind of hard to shoot someone you can't see. One of the big things invisibility is good for is that the vast majority of the player base will literally just leave you alone when you use it. Most people can't be bothered to chase or work out where you are, or don't even have a headset, so can't really hear the footstep audio. This first clip is a perfect example of that. I start fighting with somebody who's on a rooftop and I barely miss most of my shots. I use Invis to get away because I've taken loads of damage, and the guy doesn't follow me.
Oh hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
What the f just happened? The second clip is a bit more chaotic. You can see me get a couple of kills, but eventually there's just one too many people for how many health I have, so I decide to reset. I pop Invis, I take a bounce pad, and I take height to reassess the fight before engaging again. In a team fight, using invisibility quite often is enough for the enemy to stop shooting at you. Just be careful in 1v1 situations, because you might get chased. Invisibility is also a great aggressive hack because of its element of surprise. You can choose how a fight starts and quite often give yourself the advantage, an advantage that will lead to a victory. This first clip is the perfect example of that. I win a fight against somebody upstairs and I hear someone downstairs. I use Invis, and once his back is to me, I'm able to beam him down. You can actually use the same strategy for lethal melee, just remember to swap to your melee weapon before you use invisibility. Using Invis here in this next clip allows me to get the first shots off. In the time it takes the enemy to adjust his aim, he's already lost the fight because I've done too much damage. Aggressively using Invis is one of my favourite ways to use this ability, and it works really well with guns that deal a lot of damage in one shot. If you take the Mammoth shotgun or the Riot 1 hand cannon, or in some cases the Protocol sniper, and take the time to line up those first shots while invisible, you'll start the fight with a massive health advantage. Sometimes, fighting is just a bad idea. Maybe you've taken loads of damage, or you don't know where the enemies are, or maybe you've got to get into zone, or you're the last guy on your team, and quite rightly, you don't want to die. Being able to say no to a fight and keep on your way can also be incredibly important, and it's a decision you don't get to make with other hacks such as mine. In this first clip, I take damage from an unknown source, so I use invisibility and I run, and I run, and I run, and I run away. I'm pretty sure the guy is chasing me here, so it's really important to keep making space until you think you're safe. And then once you are safe, you have that time to heal. In this second clip, I get beamed out of the air, and it's actually the same game, so I end up using the same route to kind of take myself to safety. But the important thing to note here is that I'm not actually safe, I'm just not being shot at anymore. Sometimes invisibility doesn't need to make you safe, you just need to make a decision in that moment to run, hide or fight. Invisibility is just a way of giving you that time to think reposition, heal, and re-engage if you want to. Remember, you're never really safe in a first-person shooter, it's just about assessing each individual moment, and invisibility allows you to reduce the pressure on you for a short while so you can recuperate. Another one of my favourite ways to use invisibility is during a fight to disorientate your opponent. It's a great way to turn the tide in your favour or maintain a fighting advantage. This first clip is the perfect example. I start fighting a dude who's being chased, and eventually the chaser catches up and gets the kill. Not only does he get the kill, but he actually damages me for half of my health. So I use invisibility to try and get the advantage in my favour. When he lets his guard down, I get to line up the perfect shot. And not only that, but he doesn't know where I am afterwards, so I also get the easy cleanup while he's disorientated. In the next clip, I'm fighting a guy with a Komodo indoors. This is bad for obvious reasons, so I use invis and the opponent immediately starts shooting somebody else. I mean, who wouldn't in this situation, right? But it actually means that I got him to change his focus, and with him not shooting at me, I can focus on getting my shots on target, as I don't have to avoid the Komodo damage, and that's exactly what I do to secure the kill. Finally, I'm fighting a 1v4 here, which is dumb, I know, but I managed to get 2 quick kills at the start of the fight, and I also get one of the guys low. But as he starts to run, I'm blocked off by his teammate on the stairs. Instead of chasing him and getting beamed, I'm able to use invisibility and chase, negating that damage that I take on the stairs entirely, which becomes an important factor in me actually winning the fight and staying alive. Invis is a really important tool for repositioning in the heat of battle. Taking the focus off yourself for a bit gives you the chance to capitalize on an advantage that you may have. Not only that, but if the enemy wants to keep track of you, they have to actually stop and think about it, which creates a lot of space for you to outplay them and predict what they're going to do. My final tip consists of things that aren't really worth dedicating loads of time to. First and foremost, invisibility doesn't work if you have the crown. You're always going to have a hard red or yellow outline around your character. So going into the end game, if you intend to win by crown and be the crown carrier, you're probably going to want to pick up a different hack to use. Next up, invisibility leaves a very distinct audio trail for you to follow. So if you use invisibility while there's someone right next to you, they're probably going to be able to hear it. Try and create some space before using abilities if you can. Next, you can't change gun while you're invisible. Don't try and do it because you'll literally just cancel your invisibility and waste your cooldown. If you're intending to go invisible and lethal melee somebody, you need to get your melee out first. Lastly, remember that invisibility doesn't make you safe. You need to escape the enemy, you need to break line of sight. You can be chased, and you can be revealed out of invisibility as well. It's not a make me safe button, it's still your job to make you safe. Go through doors, upstairs, over buildings, through corridors, take as many turns and twists as you possibly can to try and get away from your opponent. Think of it like dodgeball.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
If you remember the 5 Ds of HYPER, eventually you'll find yourself using invisibility less to stay alive and more to kill other people. Thanks for watching this week's video. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more tips and tricks videos, and if so, what hack you want me to do them for. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it's a great way to support the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Get the door. This could be a big game. If I don't die. Lost audio though. Reload!
Be alert, contenders. A sector has collapsed. Has been eliminated.
No!
A faction is out of contention. A faction has been eliminated. Warning, the showdown starts now.
No, I'm stuck. We're stuck.
The viewers have chosen the health kit event. Is ending.
I also probably should pick up a hex. I can't kill people quick enough. This is not the one. Where's my window? Take it. Not having a hex is kind of a rip at the moment. Let's go take it.